Imagine waking up one day to find your smart devices controlled by a stranger. Scary? Welcome to the not-so-secure world of IoT devices. The Internet of Things, or IoT, is quickly becoming an integral part of our everyday lives. From smart fridges that can order groceries to voice-activated assistants that can control our entire homes, these devices are designed to make our lives easier, more connected, and more convenient. But with this convenience comes a significant risk: security vulnerabilities. The IoT ecosystem, with its myriad of devices, is a perfect playground for cyber criminals. By exploiting these vulnerabilities, they can gain control of our devices, steal our data, and even disrupt our daily lives. The potential for these attacks is not just theoretical, they're happening right now, in homes and businesses all around the world. So the question is not if, but when will your IoT device be the next target? Remember the 2016 Internet blackout? That was the work of the Mirai Botnet, an Internet of Things malware. To truly understand the security implications of IoT, let's delve into this noteworthy case. The Mirai Botnet was no ordinary malware. It was a sophisticated, malicious software that turned Internet of Things devices into remotely controlled bots. These bots formed part of a network, or a botnet, which could be directed to flood a target with overwhelming traffic, a method known as a distributed denial of service attack, or DDoS for short. In 2016, this botnet was used to launch a massive DDoS attack that resulted in widespread internet outages. The culprit? A legion of innocent-looking devices, including security cameras and routers, that had been hijacked by Mirai. These devices were weaponized, not because they were inherently dangerous, but because they were easy targets. You see, many IoT devices are not designed with robust security measures in place. In fact, many of them were found to be using default or easy-to-guess passwords, making them ripe for exploitation. This lack of security turned them into unwitting soldiers in the Mirai Botnet army. But the story doesn't end there. Mirai's creators didn't just use it for their own nefarious purposes. They released its source code into the wild, sparking a surge of similar attacks. The message was clear. The Internet of Things had become a battleground, and the devices we rely on were the soldiers. The fallout from the Mirai Botnet attack was a wake-up call for the tech industry. It highlighted the urgent need for better IoT security, not as an afterthought, but as a core component of device design and deployment. It was a stark reminder that in our interconnected world, the security of one device could impact the stability of the entire Internet. In the wake of Mirai, it became clear IoT security was no longer a luxury, but a necessity. Have you ever thought about your car getting hacked while you're driving? It happened to a Jeep Cherokee back in 2015. Picture this. You're driving down the highway, music blaring, wind in your hair, when suddenly your air conditioning blasts to the max, your radio switches stations on its own, and your windshield wipers start going haywire. Sounds like a scene from a sci-fi movie, right? But this was a reality for one unsuspecting driver. Back in 2015, two cybersecurity researchers, Charlie Miller and Chris Valasek, conducted an experiment that shook the auto industry to its core. They remotely hacked into a Jeep Cherokee, proving that cars, just like computers, can fall prey to cyber threats. The Jeep wasn't selected at random. It was chosen because it was part of the ever-growing Internet of Things, a network of devices connected to the Internet. From a remote location, the duo exploited a vulnerability in the Jeep's entertainment system. This allowed them to worm their way into the vehicle's controller area network and take control of critical functions, such as the engine, brakes, and steering. The driver, a journalist involved in the experiment, was left helpless, his vehicle commandeered by invisible hands. The implications of this hack were tremendous. It was an alarming demonstration of the dangers lurking in the world of IoT. The breach showed that devices we take for granted as secure, like our cars, can be manipulated in potentially life-threatening ways. It revealed that the auto industry, like many others, was unprepared for the realities of the digital age. Following the hack, Fiat Chrysler, the parent company of Jeep, was forced to recall 1.4 million vehicles to fix the software vulnerability. The incident served as a stark reminder that with the convenience of interconnectivity comes the responsibility of ensuring robust security measures. The Jeep hack was more than a daring experiment. It was a wake-up call to the auto industry. Your vehicle, like any other IoT device, is not immune to cyber threats. As we embrace the digital future, It's crucial to remember that our safety and security in the virtual world are just as important as they are in the physical one. Let's contemplate on the lessons these incidents teach us about IoT security. The world of interconnected devices, or the Internet of Things, is a marvel of modern technology. It offers us convenience and efficiency, but it also brings with it inherent vulnerabilities. Each device, each point of connection, is a potential entry point for cybercriminals. The Mirai Botnet attack and the Jeep hack are prime examples of this. These incidents underscore the fact that many IoT devices are woefully underprotected. They're often manufactured with minimal security features, if any. This is largely due to the rush to market these devices, with security being a secondary consideration, if it's considered at all. This lack of security opens up a Pandora's box of potential problems, from the theft of personal data to the hijacking of devices for nefarious purposes. But it's not just about the devices themselves. It's also about how we, as users, interact with them. We need to be more vigilant, more aware of the potential risks. We must demand better from manufacturers, yes, but we also need to take responsibility for our own security. This means changing default passwords, regularly updating software, and being cautious about the information we share with these devices. The ramifications of security breaches in the IoT space can be serious and far-reaching. They can disrupt essential services, compromise privacy, and even endanger lives. The Jeep hack, for instance, showed us how a security breach can literally take control away from us. It served as a stark reminder of the potential dangers of a not-so-secure IoT world. In a world where everything connects to the internet, security cannot be an afterthought. It is time we take IoT security seriously. As we move forward, we must strive for a balance between convenience and security. We must work towards a future where the benefits of IoT can be enjoyed without the accompanying risks. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content on tech and cybersecurity. Stay safe and stay connected.